Hi, welcome back. We're now down to our last video in the section regarding Salesforce CRM functions. So in this video, we will be discussing lead conversion, how to perform it, how to manage it, and how to configure the different settings around it. So after capturing and working on captured leads, the final step would be to convert these leads further. In Salesforce, the lead conversion process creates 3 new records. First, a contact, an account, and then an opportunity record. So in this video, we'll be discussing the following. First is configuring the lead conversion settings. Second is mapping of the lead custom fields to the 3 different objects. And lastly, we'll be taking you through a walkthrough of the lead conversion process. So to start off, we will be configuring our lead conversion settings. So let's go to Salesforce first. Go to Build, expand and customize, click on leads before finally clicking on settings. Let's click on edit to edit our lead settings. So within this page, our first setting that we see is the enforced validation and triggers from lead convert setting. So what this tells you is that it basically allows any of the custom validation rules in account, contact, and opportunity to be triggered by the conversion process, as well as any custom database triggers written for the 3 objects. So this is important if you are trying to maintain data quality, as well as maintain all of the business processes around those 3 objects. So let's just retain that setting. Next, we also have the do not change lead status values to new owner's record type on lead conversion. So what this basically means is that upon conversion, wherein the lead might change ownership and affect record types, the lead will maintain the status values for the old record type. So it's a minor setting, but it's quite important for maintaining data quality across leads as well. And just before we save the changes, we have the lead queue settings here. So this is basically the default user in case any of the auto assignment rules fail. So let's just retain Mike Murphy, which is head of international sales. And let's just click on notify default lead owner, so that we notify Mike Murphy in case there are any leads that are automatically assigned to him. So let's click on save to finalize the changes. Next, we are going to perform lead conversion mapping. So let's just go to fields under leads and go to the lead custom fields section and click on the map lead fields. As you may have noticed, there's only a handful of fields available for this lead mapping. This is mainly because there's already a mapping in place for the standard fields for the lead object. What this actually does is it allows you to map any of the custom fields created for the lead object. And it allows you to map it to any other custom field in the 3 other objects. However, you're only allowed to choose 1 field per field. So let's start. So for current generator, we are mapping it to the field called current generator. For number of location, let's map it to account.number of locations. For primary, we're just mapping it to customer priority. Product interest then goes to product interest. Cross the opportunity object. So for SIC code, we're not mapping that since we don't need it anyway for any of the other 3 objects. So let's click on save to finalize our changes. So that's it. So we have just performed our mapping of the lead custom fields. So after configuring our lead conversion settings and custom lead field mapping, I'm just going to give you a short walkthrough of the lead conversion process. So to start off, let's just go to leads. Let's just click on view. For this particular list view, my unread leads. So let's just select a particular lead here, say Shelly Brownell. And let's convert this lead by clicking on convert. So first, let's specify the record owner of the lead. So what this means is that once it creates the 3 different objects, the selected record owner will be the record owner for all 3 objects, specifically the opportunity record, the account record, and then the contact record. So let's just change that to a member of our sales team. let's see, Mike Murphy, like that. For the account name, we are going to select Create New Account Western Telecommunications Corp. This means that we're going to create a new account called Western Telecommunications Corp for this particular lead. There are also other options wherein you can also retain it, or you can point it to an existing account by clicking on Lookup and selecting any existing account as the account name for this particular lead. What this means is that it will only create an opportunity and a contact, and both opportunity and contacts will be attached to that existing account. However, we don't want that, and we want to create a new account for Western Telecommunications Corp. So let's just select Create New Account. For the opportunity name, we're going to name it as Order 6547. For the converted status, we want to maintain it as closed. So that means that the lead has been successful and it has been converted to a successful opportunity account and contact. So for this particular step, we make sure that we don't check this particular checkbox, which means that it will not create a new opportunity upon conversion. So what we want is we wanted to create a new opportunity. So next, we're going to specify the task details for the follow-up task for this particular lead. So let's first select the subject for this new task. Let's say call, and let's select the due date for this new task. Let's select the priority as high. So what this does is upon lead conversion, it creates a lead task and it assigns it to the owner of the record to either follow up or formalize this particular account, contact, or opportunity. So let's just leave the comments blank and let's check the send notification email. So this will mean that it will send a notification email to the record owner of this particular lead as well as the other three objects. So let's just uncheck reminder since we are already creating a task for the record owner. Let's click on convert to finalize our changes. So that's it. So we have, as you may have seen, it created a new account called Western Telecommunications Corporation. So this is part of the leads and part of the different records created from that lead. So let's just go back to the lead called Shelly Brownell. As you may have seen, it's already a closed lead and you're not allowed to access that lead any further since we have converted that lead. However, it has the links to the three different objects that is created as part of that lead conversion process. So we can go to the opportunity created from that lead. And as you may have noticed, we have an open activity here to call Shelly Brownell since we have specified that on the lead conversion process. So that's all there is to it to the lead conversion process. So as you may have seen, the lead conversion process is an important part of the sales cycle, and knowledge of the process along with how to configure it is vital for any Salesforce administrator. So in this video, we have performed the following tasks. First is we configured the lead conversion settings. Next, we mapped custom lead fields to the other fields on the three different objects that is generated upon lead conversion. And lastly is we had a walkthrough of the lead conversion process. So this brings us to the end of this section regarding Salesforce CRM functions. In the next video, we'll be discussing how to expand the Salesforce CRM. Here we'll be discussing the different options like apps, tabs, as well as installing custom App Exchange apps from the App Exchange Marketplace.